So I took a class with Dina Wakley and it was super fun. I really enjoyed it and I want to share that with you today. Hi, I'm Jessica Sanders. Welcome to my channel. So the class I took with Dina was Painted Face, which is right up my alley, right? Because I love doing faces. And I just wanted to relax and have a good time and enjoy being with one of my favorite mentors. It's the second time I've been able to take a class with her, and I just love it. It's very relaxed. She's an amazing teacher. And so I'll share with you a few of the things that we did in the class. So as I said, the class was called Painted Face, and we were all provided with different kinds of, this bag with different kinds of paper. It had tags and cardstock in it. And I actually did the stamping from things in the class. We could use anything, basically any of Dina's products. They were all there. Her acrylics, her stamps, her Scribble Sticks, those were all provided. We just needed to bring our own journal. And so we did some stamping, which was great. These are my leftover pieces. See, I'm not a good stamper. But these are my leftover, and Dina did say, please, please, please reuse these plastic bags at least one more time. They're just not good for our environment, so I plan on using this many times anyway. Another cool thing that Ranger gave us, Dina gave us, was this anniversary bag from Ranger. It has so many Ranger things. It's got Tim Holtz and Dina Wakley, Dilutions, the archival, and all kinds of things. And it's a really nice, high quality bag. And I've already been using it. I just took my stuff out and folded it up so that I could show you. So there's the bag that they gave us. Like I said, we had access to all of Dina's stuff, all of her tools, all of her favorite things, from the Stabilo All Pencil to the Uniball Signo pen, to her Scribble Sticks, her paints, and an array of stamps, and her tissue paper. So we used actually most of these in the class. So let's start. This is one of the pages that we did in the class. I'll just start here. I have 3 pages, and I felt like I learned so much about Dina, and I also learned about myself. So as you know, I was a designer in Dina's challenge for Creativation, pouring over her back in January of 2019, and I was so honored to be part of that. And I submitted my piece, and it was great. But Dina and I talked about that a little bit, and we talked in the class about how she likes to paint versus how I like to paint. And I hadn't really thought as much about it, but she said to me, she goes, "You really love to blend." And I was like, "Yes, I do." And she goes, "I don't like blending." Dina doesn't like to blend. So in her class, I was trying to not blend, and I was really struggling. I'll be honest with you. I just struggled to not blend. I want to blend the colors. I want the blues to blend to the darker colors. So with this face in particular, we were trying to push our boundaries, so to speak, and do something unusual and use colors that you don't expect. And so I have this blue girl with this green hair, and I feel like I need to work on her a little bit more, but she was a lot of fun to make. We used Dina's tissue paper. It's just collaged over a page in the Dina Wakley journal. And then we went in, after she demonstrated painting this face, we went in and painted our own face. I tried not to blend too much because I'm always trying to grow as an artist, as probably we all are. But I still found in myself blending. It was hard not to, but it's okay. That's the thing. Maybe I like blending and maybe Dina prefers not, and that's perfectly fine because everyone is different, right? So at first, when I first made this face, I really didn't like it, but I'm kind of okay with it now. I still feel like it needs maybe a little bit of work, but it is what it is. So that's one of the things we did in the class, with the tissue paper and then painting over it in a wild kind of color scheme. So another thing we did was we stamped on tissue paper. So it was just the plain tissue paper with nothing on it, and we stamped on it. And then after that stamping, we painted on top of the opposite side of the paper. Is that what we did? See, I'm already forgetting Dina's methods. That's terrible. Oh, I know what we did. Okay, so we stamped on the paper, on the tissue paper, right? So I still have like loose tissue paper here. There we go, right there, loose tissue paper. And I sort of didn't follow the rules. I sort of cheated, and I actually stamped on both sides of my paper because I wanted this face to mirror each other, if that makes any sense at all. But that wasn't what she told us to do, so I'm not really very good at following instructions. Sorry, Dina. I hope you don't mind. Anyway, so I stamped actually on both sides of mine, but we were supposed to stamp on one side. And then we set that aside. We took a gessoed journal page, and we just put down random color. I went with this other, this sort of peachy and gray color scheme, putting down random color just to be different from my other blue and green kind of face. And then we flipped our page where the stamping, we stamped with archival ink, was on the back side of the tissue paper, and we just used gel medium and put it down on our page. And so all the color that we put on the background shows through the tissue paper, and you get a really nice integrated kind of stamped, gesso colored kind of page. It was really easy technique, a lot of fun to do, and I'm sure I'm going to be doing it more in the future. So that was this page. So one of the things that Dina said to us was she's been teaching that backgrounds don't really matter. And I've been thinking about that ever since I took her class. Do the backgrounds matter? Do they really matter? We spend a lot of time creating backgrounds, right? A lot of effort, a lot of layers and all these things. And there's nothing wrong with that if it's part of your creative process and you enjoy that. But Dina was trying to say that, you know, it doesn't have to be that complicated. So I'm going to show you a tag that I created in her class teaching us that the backgrounds don't matter. We did some interesting coloring. Well, this is not that. This is something different that she taught us. But she had us just swipe paint across a tag. Just swipe it across, she said. And then she had us just splatter on another tag. And I've been trying to do this since I did the class, playing around with just a simple background and leaving white space and a face. So these are face stamps that we did in the class. So once these swipes and splatters dried, we did face stamps. And she was trying to emphasize to us that you can have any kind of background and you can make it look really cool, or you can put a face on it. And all you have to do is just enhance it a little bit. So these are not really enhanced, they're just stamped. And as I said, I'm not a very good stamper, but this was a lot of fun to do. So I wanted to try that also at home. And what I did was I was using my leftover watercolor paint, and then I stamped a Dina face on there. I added a little bit of dark to this background and added this, and so this was a simple splatter background that I just stamped, used a bit of Scribble Sticks to enhance it, added the thing, and then look at this really nice tag that I can use as a focal point. But the background didn't really matter. I could do anything with it. I felt like that was the point she was trying to make, that you don't have to be so worried about it. It's just embrace the creative process and have fun. So that was a lot of fun to do. We did a very scribbly face. This was also stamped, and then we used Scribble Sticks to color on it, and a little bit of acrylic paint on top of the Scribble Sticks. So that was pretty cool. A lot of fun to do. As I said, I did this one at home, but these I did all in the class, and I can use these in my journals. And then my favorite technique that we learned was with Scribble Sticks. And so here's a tag that I did with that same technique and another piece of paper. It's just fun to do. It's one of my very favorite techniques with the Scribble Sticks because, you know, I love watercolor effects. And you can get an amazing watercolor effect if you use Scribble Sticks on the stamps. So basically you wet your stamp, you scribble stick colors on it that go together. Remember your color wheel. And then you stamp that and you get this nice watery effect. Same for this, and then I stamped over it with some circle stamps that we had and some archival ink. So I can use these for anything I want to. I could stamp a face on here. Look, a face right here would be kind of nice, I think. So anyway, I have a lot of fun just playing. I love how Dina's not caught up in everything being perfect, and she just will let you play. So it's fantastic. So there's that. So my favorite page then was one where we used the Scribble Sticks with water and stamps, and we made this lovely page. Now this could be a background, or you can leave it as is. And I chose to leave it as is because I really love it. But of course I could go back in with some sort of tag, or some sort of something and create a focal point and all that stuff. But I don't feel like it needs it. It was just fantastic. So we used the Scribble Sticks with the stamps and spraying. And look, isn't that pretty? Isn't that just gorgeous? I love the watercolor effects you can get with Scribble Sticks. Fantastic. They're a very versatile product. So I did do a lot with Scribble Sticks while I was in Dina's class. So those are my 3 pages that we made in class. The Wild and Crazy Colored Girl, the stamping with Scribble Sticks, using the tissue paper over acrylics, and showing how the color will just show through. It's almost like the paper disappears. Now I have a straight edge, so the paper didn't disappear there, but that was just me, right? If you do it properly, you can't tell that the paper's there. So that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time in Dina's class. I had so much fun. I was able to just relax and play and try things Dina's way. Some of it, like I said, I was different than the way that I am, but that's okay because, we're all different, like I said. So thanks so much for joining me. I just wanted to share my class with you that I did with Dina. It was so much fun. And, Dina's such a big supporter of local businesses and things like that. So I think that if you have a local scrapbook or art shop that's locally owned and not a big chain, go by and make a purchase there and tell them Dina sent you, because she would love that. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.